Hey, it is January the 8th, 2022. I'm here from the Golden Nugget, Las Vegas. Came out here for the weekend, gambling a little bit downstairs. There's some uncapped buy-in, no limit. If anyone knows anything about Hold'em, we were playing $2 and $5 blinds, but there was a straddle up to $50. That was a lot of, we had two guys straddling for $50 regularly, and you could straddle from any position. So it was an action game last night, and I lost in the game, but I actually was pretty happy with how I played. And I lost big early and then came back, like half of it, so it's all right. I won in my other session earlier in the lower game. So, at least I got a poker game to play. I don't know. I feel like I logged on to my book, like, publishing thing earlier, and it said that before it had said I had sold 5 books, now it said I only sold 2. So maybe just no one fucking did buy my book. It's whatever, It's my life's work. It's what I have spent my life putting together. It's the best I can offer as far as a path out of the darkness. But it just seems like, I guess it's just not dark yet for most people. I guess most people are just happy with the way things are in this world, and they're happy with their little clique of friends and their social approving little clique they got. They're happy being a bullying, fucking cruel piece of shit. Just abandoning fucking friendships. Once those people are honest, rewarding cruelty, and then wondering why people are fucking cruel. I'm running out of energy here, man. I got one more run I'm doing probably tomorrow through California, trying to market this deal. But people just don't really seem to care. It is what it is, man. I asked God to show me His will for me, to give me the power to carry it out. And what happened was my life became devastating. It became horribly fucking painful. And horribly fucking tragic, man. And I found myself compelled to put this project together that no one seems to care about. And I sit here at the fucking top of the Golden Nugget wondering why the fuck I'm here. Why did God even put me in this fucking world, man? This is a dying ass world, bro. And maybe I made the wrong fucking decision to stay here when I had a choice not to. Maybe all my efforts have been in vain, man. So I just saw a guy die downstairs. Guy at the poker table. I guess he stroked out, table behind me or some shit. Ladies saying, don't lay him down. Don't lay him down. Like, apparently this was something she knew and understood, that you're not going to lay someone down when they're having a stroke. But she used her lady voice, so no one actually fucking heard or did anything about it. And I didn't speak up either. You know why? Because when I speak up, no one does shit either. Because I've been speaking up for fucking years on here trying to save fucking lives. And no one listens to me here, so why the fuck would anyone listen to me in the middle of the Golden Nugget fucking poker room saying, hey, here's a woman who doesn't know how to use a big girl voice because her entire life has been run by her desire for social approval, and thus you can't hear her, and you just killed this fucking guy when you just laid him down. And then they start doing chest compressions, which just very unlikely to fucking work, and they carried him out eventually. A guy came with a stretcher, but I don't think that guy probably made it. So, I mean, I've seen that. I think that's the third time I've seen that kind of thing at a poker table. My grandfather, apparently, my mother's father, I think he died at the poker table. It's funny to me, and then the woman next to me, she made a comment. She's like, well, at least he died doing what he loves. It's like, he doesn't love fucking poker. He plays poker because he's searching something that he's missing, but poker ain't giving him that something. He was a desperate man in a desperate fucking place, doing a desperate activity, just like all the rest of us in that fucking room. Hoping for something good, some goodness, some feeling of feeling fucking good. Not always fleeting, and no true joy. So he didn't die doing what he loves. He died as a sad and lonely, desperate motherfucker at a fucking poker table. Like all the rest of us are destined to do one of these fucking days. The human malady is loneliness, man. And I've been lonely my entire fucking life, dude. My entire life. I've seen, I don't know, man. Sometimes some kind of joy seems like it's right there, man. Then it just goes away, man. And you get left in this world that's burning to the fucking ground, where people are so utterly disconnected from one another that they don't even recognize the basic fact that this man was not enjoying himself at this fucking poker table. People just assign the most ridiculous motives to other people. And they do it because they don't listen. They don't listen, they don't hold space to understand that person. And they don't do it because their conscience, upon understanding that person, would not be able to live with it. They have to tell themselves a lie. They have to tell themselves a fucking story. I hope God exists, man. And I hope God can help us. Because humans seemingly are incapable of helping them fucking selves. God is imperfect if God exists. Because the suffering that I've experienced has been fucking cruel, man. And the suffering that the rest of the people on this planet have experienced has been cruel. A perfect God would not impart such suffering because it wouldn't be necessary for people to know joy. Perhaps it's true that we live in a universe that is imperfect, where suffering must exist so that joy can exist. But if we do live in such a universe, that means God, for all his greatness, is imperfect. I can accept that. I'm not going to demand perfection out of whoever created this universe. Because creating this universe clearly was an incredible feat. Creating love was clearly an incredible feat. And even if he hasn't figured out how to bring that love into existence on this planet, we can still thank him for his effort in doing so. You know? Containment. I need containment. You know, right now I'm being contained by people cutting me off and pretending I don't exist, pretending my ideas don't exist, and pretending reality doesn't exist. But that containment is preventing me from being of any assistance to this fucking world. I could do so fucking much for this fucking world. People could know such unfucking believable, unmeasurable fucking joy if I was given a fucking smidgeling of a fucking platform. It's whatever it is, dude. Nothing was handed to me, but just because it wasn't handed to me doesn't mean that everyone's gonna have to go through everything I had to go through to get what they want. You know, I'm having math issues going on in my head. I'm having a hard time seeing how the math is gonna fucking work out here. I'm a loose end. I'm like, if you got a magnet, you got two magnets and they're attracted to each other. I'm like one magnet, but there's nothing that I actually magnetize. So it's like I have this massive, powerful magnetic field, but there's nothing actually in that field that's attracting itself to me. So I need to start this engine. See, I'm building an engine. Physics is interesting, and engines are interesting. How can you create mechanical force using a magnetic field? Real easy. You just put the magnet right next to the piece of metal and you pull it somewhere. So a magnet is an engine. A magnet's not an engine. Because a magnet on its own, you have a magnet on a car, the car's not going to move. The magnet needs to be attracted to something that's going to cause that fucking car to move. I'm trying to get the car in motion. I think I need to do more edibles. I just did 20 milligrams and I've just realized that's not enough. It's not enough because I need to go deep. I need to get real fucking high and see what reality really looks like down on fucking Fremont Street. So that's what I'm going to do with my next few hours. And you guys have a good evening. By the way, I know some people don't approve of my marijuana use. They're concerned that it will be like my drinking was. But it's a very different thing. And I hope they can accept that. For me, what works for me is unlikely to be the same thing that's going to work for you. Either way, I love you. And I wish you all the fucking best.